Hey there, welcome to another edition of Sea of Tranquility's RANT series. I'm your host, Pete Pardo, publisher and CEO of SOT. We are here live in Rock Fantasy today in Middletown, New York, with owner Steve Keeler. You've seen him before. We've also got another guest today. We've got Dan Brown, owner of the Wherehouse in Newburgh, New York.
Previously owner of the vinyl wrestling place.
That is true. That is true. So today we're here. I've assembled this crew.
Celebrities here.
Celebrities.
Retail celebrities.
Who's who?
Who's who? The reason why we're here, and the reason why we're going to rant on today is basically the state of the live music scene here in the Hudson Valley, New York.
Especially Middletown, New York.
Middletown.
Newburgh. You guys got it made compared to here.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you've lived here a while, in the past we've had a lot of good bands playing in the area at various different venues over the years. But the last, 5-10 years? I mean, it depends on where you go. You got the Chance at Poughkeepsie, right?
Which stronghold of live
right.
music.
The last bastion, as they call it.
Other than Brian's Backyard Barbecue.
Right.
211, which is near Middletown.
Yep.
Brian does his best. And I'm sure he'd agree. He'd like to see more people coming out to his venue when he books, national acts. And, he's got, pretty talented people over there. Sometimes he doesn't get the crowd he deserves.
Brian puts in a lot of passion.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
I know that
life is his business, like me.
Yeah.
Or whomever else.
That's why we never see each other other than we get together at the podcast. It's like, all we do is apologize to each other. We're like, hey, I would love to come to your place. Where is it again? But no, it's like, something like Brian. I know that Brian was bringing in some national blues acts and so forth and so on. And then he sometimes brought some classic, and he sometimes bring a lot of tribute bands in the attempt to stimulate people going out. I run into the same thing. I try to book bands in from all over the country. I have a networking thing where when the people come to my place, they're treated like professionals, like humans.
Yeah.
They get paid, they get fed. I usually end up buying their merch, and they sell their merch. And then, and I say, when you go back on the road, you know anybody back home, send them our way. And then we said, so-and-so sent us. And we've latched into a couple things. We had somebody from Third Man Records come through and play, and I kept trying to push this on people, and nobody comes out. And it's not the musicians' fault or the bookers or the promoters.
So it's not just heavy metal; it's
everything. All
genres. I'm more into just classic rock and the metal scene, and even at the Chance of Poughkeepsie, we've got metal. I'm into the underground metal more. Death metal, thrash metal, European bands. They come to the Chance, and you're lucky.
And it's a great bill.
Dark Tranquility was there recently with Warbringer, and I had, maybe 150 people.
Yeah.
I think Metal Church was there right around Labor Day weekend. Maybe the week after it was Chris Caffrey's birthday bash, they named it. I was told by someone there that there wasn't more than 75 people there for Metal Church.
And that's a big room to fill up. 75 people is
pretty
basically
big
around
band,
the
too.
bar.
So you just don't know, but yet that same Dark Tranquility tour was in New York City at the Gramercy, and it was probably packed. But of course, New York City does have more people to draw from.
Yeah. And plus, you don't have to worry about driving. A lot has to do with it. With the very,
sure does.
Up beers and
down the city, you can use mass transit. You're going to get wrecked and take the train or the bus home.
Yeah,
exactly.
But even the city, though, the venues in the city have been drying up, compared to going back 30 years ago.
It's
still there.
It might be just something in general with the youth of today too. It's not just music; it's sports.
Yeah.
All the sports are down.
Yep.
The younger generation is in the smartphones. They're into.
Well, we were talking about that on the way over
short
here.
attention span.
Yeah,
and even people go to shows and they watch the show through their phone while they're at the show.
Exactly.
And how many people don't go to shows
because they're watching it live?
Yeah.
That same thing goes on with the local dirt track in town. My friend does the videos there, and they try. What can you do to stop this? Because people will sit in the grandstand and tape the races.
Yeah.
And you can sit home, and that hurts not the guy that's selling the videos, but the place for admissions too.
Yep.
And it's just modern technology in ways.
You see some bands that go on stage and they don't want you recording.
No,
their
that's
performance. But then that comes across as being a dick to the
fans.
Look at Bob Dylan. Does he want to be on the live jumbotron? We went saw Dylan at Bethel Woods, and you're sitting on the field.
So
you have those jumbotrons,
and you need that if you're in the field.
Yeah, and he doesn't like. I don't know if it's some spiritual thing. He doesn't need the old Indian thing where they're taking his soul, but he doesn't like that. So But even though it's the thing is that people don't, well, they don't, but they're missing the experience of getting out. And seeing the live
and the energy of a live show.
But you go to YouTube nowadays and you can watch anything
because he doesn't go to all the shows I invite him to.
I try. I go to,
he's got too many CDs to listen to.
I know he does.
I've got a backlog of 150 albums I got to review.
Because look what I'm listening to. Where did you find this? So they found you.
I still go to a lot of shows.
Yeah, lately you've been going to quite a few.
Right? I did one a couple weeks ago. I think I did 5 shows.
Like back to a couple were back to back. It's like
2 in one night.
But do you think a lot of the younger crowds today have that passion for live music? Is that a problem?
I think it's too easily accessible to them.
Maybe.
On many venues.
I mean, in the city, if you go to a black metal show, there's a lot of young kids there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Even the Overkill show in the city wasn't packed. No. That was the Metal Alliance tour, and and it wasn't Irving Plaza when it sold out. You could tell, and it wasn't. You could move around pretty easy.
One thing too on the metal scene is I think a lot of these bands they come around really often.
Some do.
And it's
Doro Pesh was at BB King's. I heard a very poor turnout.
Really?
But it seemed, and time goes faster too. It seems every year. It seems like, wow, we just saw those bands.
Yeah.
But wow, it's Halloween again now.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like you almost just put that stuff away?
Well, that's what happened a couple of years ago.
Pretty soon you'll be doing the end of the year countdown here.
That's right around the corner. We'll be back here again.
Well, that's what happened. I think Kirk Hammett had put on a horror convention, his own private convention out in California, San Francisco. And one of the things that he featured, first of all, it's Kirk Hammett's show. Yeah, so we're going to go see Kirk Hammett. He's showing his posters. Everybody has a lot of vendors and such. And he also had a live music show as well. Well, the problem was when they found out the attendance did not that well. Mm-hmm. Because most of the bands that he booked were bands that play in the area all the time.
So it's not,
special. It's not like
so just the fact that it's Kirk Hammett and Metallica, it's not enough.
Not enough.
A couple of years ago, Metallica ran that Orion Fest, so we could do a whole rant about that.
Oh,
if you want to do with me, they lost millions of dollars on those festivals. I think did they have 2 years of them or 3?
I think only 2. 2. Because that didn't last long.
And they decided their first idea was they were going to be the only heavy metal band on. And
so right there, that's a problem.
And they weren't selling tickets then. And then they added some metal bands. But it was very, I don't know. But yeah, he had that horror convention on the road with him then.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine actually was helping maintain it while I was at the show.
He's got posters that are...
Yeah, I have the book on that.
Oh, it's amazing.
But
still and all.
But Middletown area, going back to our original subject, there's no venues here other than Brian's out of town. There's nothing in town. The Switch In does live music once in a while. I mean, the brewery that opened next door, which is Equilibrium, that's kind of guitar man thing. That's all they have really room for it. But Clemson does this. Clemson Brewery that was doing live music over the summer on Saturday. They had fought with the city to have live music, and it was a big problem with permits.
Yeah.
But if you remember near Middletown,
back
even
in the day,
10 years ago, driving up this strip at night, all the bars, people outside.
Oh yeah,
it's all dead now. Well, just the bar scene here is completely
Well, that's what happened also, if I'm not mistaken. When I opened the Warehouse, I remember one thing was about New Paltz, being a college town. There was a lot there was a lot of drinking, but there was also a lot of live music. And
back in the 80s, when I was going to school there were bands playing all the time.
Well, I had heard how true this is. The person that was working when I first opened up and owned a couple of Subway shops up there. Mm-hmm. And he was saying how, because I had thought about at one point bringing the Warehouse to Newport, a college town, as opposed to Newburgh. And what I had heard, and how true it is, it seems to be the case, that unless you're grandfathered in, you're not allowed to have amplified music in bars or clubs, unless you've been grandfathered in with something like snuff.
Didn't you run into that problem here?
I ran into the problem here. We were doing on Record Store Day. We had, there's a lot of pinballs in there now. We didn't have that many then. We would take a couple, put it next door in a guy's apartment. We had live music on Record Store Day. I was told. Now we did that for about 4 years, and then the town found out we were doing it one time. A local guy tipped me off, said, "You're going to get raided." And I said, "Well, raided for what?" They said, "Well, you don't have an occupancy thing in this room and everything else." The fire department came by and they said, "Well, they came by the next day or whatever, 2 days after we had the weekend show, and they said, well, if you do it next year, just call us up. We'll come by. We'll set up the occupancy, and everything will be fine." Now, I called them that next year and said, listen, we have a guy coming in doing acoustic, a recording artist. I forget what it was, Bobby Steele and the Undead.
Right.
And they, this went on for a week or two, and finally, like the day before, they called me up and said, hey, you can't do it there because you don't have this or that. You're not, I don't even remember the technical thing, but it seems like, the Sound Asylum had problems with the town. They didn't want people on the sidewalk. I mean, if you have a crowd in your place, you're going to have people on the sidewalk. But you can't smoke in the building. You got to go outside, and they didn't like that. So I don't know if it's in the town, if maybe it's the ordinances.
I think it's just changing times. I think it happens in a lot of places. I mean, fortunately, when I was doing my stuff at the Warehouse, my answer to everybody was, would you rather hear music in the streets or gunshots? It's your choice.
Music, yeah.
And so I've knocked wood. I've never had a problem. And then I always said to people, I said, I finally have made it when I get my first noise complaint, or I'm referred to as the dirty Jimmy in the corner.
We have, we have a big nightclub up the street that's been empty for a couple of years. It's 28 West.
What's that? Dino's in the 70s?
We had a class. Ray Steaks. We had Alice in Chains.
That's our theme song here, right?
It's epic.
It's epic.
Epic, no live music in Middletown.
Epic moments here.
You come by a pinball machine.
Yes, that's it there.
But
read Amazing and Fantasy 15 backwards.
You have to just slide it over so people can see the Star Wars pinball in the background. Maybe we're not playing that music. It's coming from Star Wars wants us to stop the interview and play the game.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, they just sent us a tweet saying they need a royalty check, or we have to pay a licensing fee to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. But it seems like a lot of the towns now are doing more things where you need more permits and more ordinances.
Yeah.
Because it's a way for them to gain capital, too.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, but other things.
Maybe you wanted to have a guitar plugged in. Well, that was an extra permit for that.
Well, the old cabaret license, you can't do. I know that, technically you can't have, like in my establishment, for example, which we don't have, but if there's people dancing, they could write you a citation because you don't have a cabaret license.
I heard about that in Middletown, that there was a nightclub, not a nightclub, a little bar up in the street, and one guy came in and he said they put up a sign that said no dancing.
Yeah, you can't do
You could do karaoke, but you couldn't dance.
No, can't
That's
dance.
ridiculous.
So this is something that's not just Middletown.
Oh, no. It goes around. Like, that's, even like doing live music. I think in Newburgh, a guy who told us, did you get a cabaret license? I don't think they know what a cabaret license is. Probably tomorrow I'll be visited on Tuesday now.
Cabaret.
Welcome to the cabaret.
Songs.
I'll just dress up like Liza Minnelli and they'll just say, it's all good. We'll come back later. There is a lack. People don't come out. A lot of people don't enjoy the excitement of it. I don't even charge cover. When I first to give you an idea, when I was in the Warehouse, I had a back room that I had a sound booth in there. And I was go place in the back room like when I was in the city for many years. People came to listen to music. You go into a back room or see a performance space. Nobody ever came back.
Yeah.
To the point where I had to put the music in the front by the bar because people didn't want to leave the bar.
Yeah.
And I would sit there, and one time one of my customers said to me, he goes, I had a band that had been playing there for 3 years. And all of a sudden I have him in the front room one day, and he goes, wow, where'd you find these guys? I said, in the back room. Where you been?
You were there.
Maybe you peeled your butt off the bar stool. Maybe you would have seen them at one point.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what people don't want to go out and see music. They want, and
if you want to go back a few years, a friend of mine, Cal, who runs Tainted Entertainment.
Yep.
I think he went into comedy that doesn't do the music and metal stuff. But we started booking bands at the Sound Asylum.
Yep.
National acts. He put his head out on the chopping block.
I saw a few in there. Yeah.
And we had Grizzly from Brazil on national tour. We had Go Horror, and those shows struggled to break even, where they were doing well all around the country. And the Sound Asylum probably was no bigger than this room now.
Not at all. And you'd be lucky if you got, I think the 2 shows I went to weren't more than, 30, 40 people there, if that?
And the one I'm thinking about, I was talking to with my employee earlier today, was Toxic Holocaust was here. They were on the cover of Decibel magazine. They were on a tour, and they were playing smaller venues, but everywhere they were going, they were packing them.
Yeah.
Come to Middletown, 7 people paid
7.
to get in. 7. And we were promoting it. It wasn't like there was no advertising.
Right.
I mean, how do you advertise nowadays anyhow? I do mostly Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that.
And even Facebook has become kind of passe. I remember I had one artist come out. They never read. Everyone gives the thumbs up. I had put a thing out. One of my artists came through on a regular basis, and he was having a CD release. So I said, if you come in and say the secret word, "I am here to drink the blue juice," I will give you a free CD. Right? Not one person came in and said that, which means they did not even read my description.
They liked it and moved on.
Liked it and moved on. Just thumbs up.
Yeah,
No, I mean, but if they don't read.
And Facebook has fallen on hard times now because of a divided.
I'll tell you, it's funny you mention that because
a divided political climate we live in.
That's right.
Rant and rave.
Well, rant. About 2 months ago, my wife and I went to see Queen with Adam Lambert down at in Newark, right?
Yeah.
So we sat, we were sitting up top, and we had a whole family sitting in front of us with like 3 young teenage girls, right? Do you know during the whole show they had their phones and all they did they were on Facebook
Scroll.
is like, scroll, like, scroll.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They don't read any of it. They weren't reading anything. They just liking. So I mean, is there like a competition for how many likes you can get on Facebook?
No,
Zombies.
Exactly.
It's like this. It's this like very empty-headed feeling of adulation or feeling of being recognized. No, when I first opened up the restaurant, I went to Facebook, and I have to admit, in the words of Garrett Morris as Chico Escuela in Saturday Night Live as the baseball player, Facebook was very, very good to me.
There you go.
And it worked well. But nowadays,
now 2017.
no, unless I put a picture of a kitten, or I could write on there, I've just cured cancer in my bathroom, and there'll be a couple of likes and a couple like prove it, whatever. But put a picture of.
But I miss when you used to put the announcements of all the new beers that you got in. I literally would look. I'd be like, "Cool, I got to make sure I go down there."
But they don't read. And
Nobody
the
reads.
Thing is, there's so much being fed on there, so I find that's really it. I have found the most success I've had. And we're not talking like, it's not hundreds of people show.
Yeah.
I've had much better success with doing the old guerrilla marketing, like making some flyers and putting them in the restaurant, and letting people take them. When I feel like getting the energy to do it, it becomes.
Yeah, you don't see flyers.
It becomes frustrating.
I used to have piles of them from bands playing around, and I could use them for scrap paper the next week. I don't even get them.
Well, Pete's seen them. I was very. Impressed with the San Francisco scene with all the posters, which are iconic. And I've designed over 1,000 posters for the shows that come there. Very 60s themed on Photoshop.
Yeah.
It was good therapy. It kept me out of water towers with a high-powered rifle type of thing. And
let's not talk about that.
Oh, that's true.
That guy really hated live music.
Yes, yeah. So
no joke. It's not a joke. It's a group situation.
No, but anyhow, the thing is that you did these things and. Nobody really pays attention.
Yeah.
And they put the posters up. And
it's hard to reach.
And it's very hard. I'm trying. Instagram seems to be the way to go, but I think nonetheless.
But is that the flavor of today? It's going to be something different next year.
Yeah, but I don't think it's anything to do with. I don't think it's anything to do with the social media we work with. I just think it's people in general have gotten lazy and they sit at home and I'll stream this or I'll watch that or I'll binge watch this.
Yeah, why should I go to the Beacon Theater tonight to see X when in the next couple of days the whole show will be live on
YouTube? It's a different world than it was 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Before the internet. I mean,
well, the internet's killed everything. As great as the internet is, it's killed everything.
You'd go out and go to the stock car racing. You'd go out and go to the fair. You'd go out.
But I find myself
circus.
I don't find myself watching stuff on the internet. But I'll be honest with you, I sit there and I find myself getting stuff on Amazon.com because I don't have the time to go out and get it sometimes. So I'm just as much to blame.
Go in the shop, right?
Yeah.
3 stores looking for something.
Yeah. No, I go and I try to order it. Order online only. Or then I go and I'll drive around. It's like an hour out of my day. I got to fight traffic. Finally, I'm like, to hell with this. I'll just, 2 days later, it's in my house. And I get it. I mean, in some respects, I hope I'm not contributing to the downfall of mankind.
Yeah, absolutely your fault.
But
he's a fool.
But the thing, same thing is with live entertainment. They don't want to come out.
So in the 80s, still even you had a few. I mean, cable was out because you had channels, but it was still you went out.
Yeah,
you went out and did stuff.
You had to be entertained. Other than
you went to go meet your friends.
You couldn't just pop up. Venom's around this week. You couldn't just pop it up and watch all the videos all day and just sit in your pajamas. You had to go.
You had to go. Yeah. You really wanted to see.
Maybe you saw the video on MTV on Sunday night. That was it.
Like you saw, your friend, somebody told you about it. Generally, what would most people say? Let's go to the show. Yeah. And like 8 or 10 of your friends would get together.
You hop in the
meet
car.
The show, whatever it may be. Nowadays, it's like, we can have a Skype session. And we can, we're not going to go out.
That's true, yeah.
And it's, it's unfortunate. But, that's a lot. So social media, please. Can't wait for the grid to go down. Of course, we won't be able to see this, but then again, we'll send etchings of this along with a script or like flip cards or a color form set, and you could relive this exciting afternoon.
Exactly.
But it's I did my best. Sometimes I get burned out by it. I put the effort out, and I go, I spin my wheels.
Knock on wood, my store's doing all right. The pinball is doing well, and it's not today, but luckily for you, because you wouldn't be able to film it.
Yeah.
It'd be like pinball machines are allowed.
Well, I've been here. Yeah, we've been here.
But it's like October. It's 90 degrees outside. I think it's throwing everybody off kilter.
Yeah, it is hot out again.
It's hot out. And sitting there going, this is too hot. It shouldn't be October.
No. You know what's going to happen? It's like fall is going to say hello like in 3 weeks, and then winter's going to be here. What's that?
Did you open your pool?
No, the pool's been closed for a month already. I could have left it open. It's like Jesus.
But it was chilly last weekend.
Yeah, a little bit.
But today is a day where people could do outside things.
Yeah. So we don't have the answers to this whole conundrum that
just get out for
go out if you like. Go out and see a band.
Put the phone down. See a band. It used to be a time when you go see it. Think, man, I saw this awesome band or this great movie, or I saw this band at a place. Who are they? Let's check them out. Then you go, and if you didn't see them, you went to the record store. Here it is. And once again, we've lost all of that. We've lost all of that camaraderie, that human contact.
In the old days when you just went and bought a record because of the cover and you didn't have any idea what it sounded like?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen anymore.
People
that we do, but
of course you did.
That or all the gizmos and gifts inside. I still have a copy of Eric Burden and War, Black Man's Burden. It has $1 Warbucks to put towards a concert ticket to go to the show.
There you go.
They would throw promotions. Nowadays,
that took some thinking to put that together.
But it was a way of promoting. Nowadays, you sit there and you buy a DVD, and it's a free $5 ticket on you if you go to the movies. Why am I going to go to the movies? It's going to be streaming on some Roku disc in about 72 hours.
Yep.
Somebody will leak it.
Yep.
But anyhow,
I still do hear people getting excited about going to see bands still, but I'm more into the metal side of it. You don't get people out like you used to. For what reasons, but you still get like, wow, did you see like so and so? And I'm with a knit. It's a small knit of people that go out and do it. Still.
Yeah.
But it's turning it on to the newer millennials. It's the younger people, the ones that have been.
Some are, I'm hanging out with a lot of 20-year-olds now, but
that makes us feel younger too.
And some of my new employees, we go next door, and the other night I was shocked. We were at the bar, bartender's there. She's a young girl too. They're singing the Pure Prayer League, word for word. Amy singing Steely Dan, singing.
Really?
There are some. There are hopeful
singers out on the radio, and they're all singing along. And I said, "Well, this is fun."
Yeah.
You don't see this happen.
No, you don't. You don't.
I have hope in them. There is hope.
There's hope for humanity yet, right?
You got to move your stuff over here, buddy. We'll have to build like a Fort Apache.
That's it. We can open a place with the pinball machine. We'll call it Pins and Pints.
This is going on more out west than here. There's a lot of places that open up brewcades now and pinball machines with alcohol, and like a brewery.
Why not?
That's the idea has been done already. It's called a brewcade.
There you go.
Why not?
I
like that
have two
idea.
pinball machines in the brewery now. They're doing pretty good.
I saw that picture and I was like, that's very cool.
And at first they were like,
a little different
for kids.
No, people love pinball.
But now they have come back.
Well, especially now when you get all these oddball ones here. You got something like, Adams, do you have a Water World? You have a Water World.
They made Water World.
I know they did.
I don't have that one.
No.
Walking Dead,
Walking Dead.
Do you have room for a couple of pinballs in the warehouse?
Not really. I'm tight.
Would be cool if you had room, though.
Oh, it would be. No,
you can't fit them in the back somewhere? You probably could.
We'll have to come take a look one day. We're way off subject now.
Yeah, we're talking about pinballs.
Yeah. Anyway, so
pinball rant. We can rant out.
That'll be the next one.
The next one will be our grand opening. Wherever we go with this, might might be in my basement that I'm building, but that's okay.
That's all right.
We can bunker down and play pinball and wait for the end of the world.
I know there's a place called Pin Crossing out towards Harrisburg. They do quite well. I don't know the names, but there's a bunch like Colorado, Oregon, Seattle. They have brewcades. And
Brewcades.
I like the sound of
Actually,
that.
my friend owns a bar in New York City called Jackpot. Jackpot is a pinball machine.
Okay.
So he kind of named it Jack Bar.
Cool.
And there's about 10 pinball machines in there. I'll go in there.
Full bar?
They're full. Kids lined up playing. And these are millennials.
Yeah.
Oh, and some millennials, but
They're
also
not hipsters.
no, not hipsters.
No, they are
Big
hipsters.
dip. They're
They are.
hipsters, but yes.
Williamsburg. They're in Williamsburg.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
a lot of hipsters, but they're playing pinball. And
Hey.
they're out and they're doing something mechanical. This isn't a phone.
They may be drinking Fiji water, but guess what? At least they're interacting. They're playing a game.
They're getting hydrated.
They're getting carpal tunnel from using their thumbs as opposed to on their phone. And actually they're putting $1 or so in your slot every so often.
There you
It's like,
go.
please,
There you go.
I like a glass of water. Good. Here's $10 in quarters. Enjoy yourself.
So we need live venues back in Middletown.
Yes, we do.
All right.
I can
Yeah.
do in-stores. We could have bands here. We could have
Cool.
parties.
So anyway, all right, I think we've beaten a dead horse here. So live music, go see it, go play some pinball, go check out a band. This is
to see you, Don.
Nice to see you.
Steve
Take
Keeler,
care.
Dan Brown, I'm Pete Pardo with Sea of Tranquility. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
And I'm going to invite Pete to the next metal show, and he better go. I'm going to bring the video in.
Uh-oh. All right. See you guys.